All right, good morning everybody, it's Mike. Hey, thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. We're talking this week about taking control back in your business, right? And yesterday we started the week off talking about earnest money deposit. What's the right amount? And the concept of even having both sides put up a deposit. And this was pounded home to me again last night as one of our top agents just lost a $1.2 million transaction where they were on the buyer side. Why? Because even though they had a fully executed contract, the seller notified them that they weren't going to move forward with the transaction. Really? 1.2 million supposed to close this month, and the listing agent just says, hey, the seller's decided they're not going to sell the house. Now, we have a fully executed binding contract, but what's our agent going to do about it? What are they going to do about it? They're going to sue them for specific performance and get a court to force them to sell the house? Yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. Right. And when everybody gets into a courtroom 3 or 4 years from now, will anybody even remember why they're there? And is a judge really, in your opinion, is a judge really going to make somebody sell their house? And by the way, by the time it ever gets into our courtroom years from now, has the buyer already bought another house and is already living there and happy and adjusted? And are they still paying tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees? And could our agent sue, could I sue on their behalf to get their commission? I could. And again, when we get into a courtroom year from now, because you know it's not a law and order show, right? This stuff doesn't all get resolved in the next 60 minutes with a few commercial breaks. It does not. Years from now, there is no practical reality to this. The practical reality is terminate the contract, get the buyer's earnest money back for them, and move on. Why? Do you think in this situation it had been a good idea? I think the buyer had put up like $30,000 earnest money. Maybe the seller should have put up $30,000 earnest money as well. And if the seller had $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 deposit that they were going to lose if they back out of a contract, do you think they would? Do you think they'd be less likely to? Sure. So we talked about this yesterday. We're going to create some language for a seller side deposit because both sides need to feel some pain if they want to just walk away from their binding contract, right? And suing them isn't a practical reality. Today I want to talk to you about something different though. I want to talk to you about an old saying that I have. I've been saying this for the last 20 some years, and I know it's true. And I want to share it with you, and it is this. If you don't control the lender, you don't control the transaction. Let me say it again. If you don't control the lender, you don't control the transaction. Too many of us are working with lenders that our buyer chose. Okay, well, here's the problem with that. Your buyer, on average, buys a house about every 10 to 13 years. What the hell do they know about choosing a lender? They don't. And too many agents are choosing a lender because they bought lemonade and cookies to their open house, or they're in my leads club, or they bought me lunch, or any of these ridiculous reasons to be in business with somebody, to have a business partner. And you know, when you do that, here's your problem. You have no leverage. You have no leverage. So when a problem happens, and it, as sure as the sun came up this morning, it's going to, then what are you going to do about it? And if you come to me, I'm going to say, well, who chose that lender? Well, my buyer did. Well, I did. I thought they were really a good person. I thought they might be a good person. You can be a good person and a bad lender at the same time. They can be your friend and be bad at what they do professionally at the same time. And you have no leverage. Why? Because the only leverage you can ever create with a mortgage company is volume. And nobody within the sound of my voice has enough volume to create leverage with them. so that when you need something done, when you want to challenge a decision point, when you want to accelerate a timeline, you don't have any control. Watch, some of you have appraisal problems from time to time, and you come to me and you ask me what you can do about it, and I say, well, who's the lender? And you tell me the guy from your leads club. I go, well, you're not going to do anything about it. Well, can I challenge the appraisal? Yeah, sure, go ahead and try, and let me know the 1 in 1,000 times that actually works. Okay, why? You got no leverage. That lender, that appraiser doesn't give a damn what your opinion is. Why? You don't have enough volume with them to have any influence. So what I've tried to do, I know this through my career. I know it. And I know when you have a problem, I want to be able to help you. So we created preferred business partners here. Greg Janicki with First Community Mortgage is our preferred lender. Brett Pittman with Luter Larkins, our preferred closing attorney. We have a preferred home warranty company. We have a preferred insurance agent. And here's why we do this. The reason other brokerages do it is because they're making money off you. And you don't like that, and you want to make the money, but you don't have enough volume for them to do very much for you except buy you lunch, or, well, my lender gives me flyers, or they pay $200 a month for my leads. Yeah, well, last night this agent had a $30-some thousand commission check on the line. That agent didn't give a damn about free flyers or a couple $100 a month in leads, online internet buyer leads. Right. You're choosing your business partners for bad reasons. The reason we created preferred lenders and preferred closing attorneys, preferred everything here, is because when we, not you don't have enough volume. When we all act together and pull on the rope together, then you've got the power of 150 agents all directing their referrals through designated choices. Then when you, and hopefully you never would, but if you had a problem, then I can go to those providers and say, this is a reasonable issue, you will fix this, and you will fix this right away. And you know what? They'll do it. Why? They're not scared about losing your business. They're scared about losing everybody's business. They're scared of me bouncing their little fannies out of this office. That's what they're scared about, because it's too big of an account. There's too much business there. So when you have an appraisal issue, when you have slow underwriting, when you have whatever problem it is you're going to bump into, we want to be able to do something about it, right? We want to create a sense of priority and urgency, right? You're not doing that because your lender bought you lemonade and cookies, or they took you to lunch one time, or any other silly reason that some of us are choosing our business partners. We want to pull together. And when we pull together, we have power. And when you have power, you have control. Well, so-and-so's my friend. I don't care. This ain't a friend business. Well, I like them. Yeah, there's a lot of nice people in this world. We're talking business transactions. And the more business you do, the more problems you're going to have. It is guaranteed. And you're going to run into situations throughout the course of your career where you need leverage. And you're not going to have it because you don't do enough business to create the leverage. At the end of the day, whatever transactional volume you're at, and you strut around thinking, well, I'm a big shot, you ain't a big shot. In the big scheme of things, your business to that lender, to that closing attorney, is really insignificant. They would prefer to keep you as a partner, but they won't miss you. Why? It's just a drop in the bucket. No. Our office, 150 of us working together, that ain't a drop in the bucket. That's moving mountains. But we all got to pull on the rope together. And when we don't, we have no power, we have no control, we feel weak and ineffective, because we are. But we can change that with the flip of a switch. We can, starting today, we can all pull together and support our business partners. And will they support us back? Yes, they will do it with exceptional service, because anything else won't be tolerated. And they will help us provide more and more resources so I can make more money. At any time in your relationship with me, at any time have I seemed about me making more money? Is there anything you've experienced about me that would lead you to feel that way? No. When our business partners want to return the support that we've given them, it all goes back to you guys. That's how our company operates. So when you support them, it helps you. And it gives you control and leverage, which you're going to want when you have a big deal on the line. And folks, this is how we're going to go out and we're going to make it happen today.